Clark,
What is it, baby?
where's my prescription drugs?
The Anacin?
The what?
Anacin?
Who?
Or the Rubelin?
Who's Allison?
Or is it...
You have some nerve talking to me about your affairs.
I'm not having an affair. I'm not having
Who
an affair.
is she, and how long have you been fucking the slut?
It was... Okay, it was a one-time excuse. You know, she was an escort on the side of the road downtown, had her leg out. She was dressed like the Christmas lamp from...
That's pretty hot.
I know.
That's pretty hot. I love that lamp.
I know, stocking all the way up to... How could I not?
Bush?
Oh, yes.
Big Bush?
Bush and Cheney.
Cheney? You fucked her with Dick Cheney?
No, that's what they call when their clitoris hangs out a little bit.
Ew!
It was okay, though.
Who calls it that? Is that what they call it, really?
That's what I call it.
I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, just pass me my OxyContin.
Oh, okay, here you go.
You know, I took that fall.
Took that fell and hit your head and...
Now I'm like 50 first dates. You explained everything to me.
I know.
In a nice video this morning, and I just can't remember anything.
Just this you can't do I have to show you the video again?
Oh, no, I remember it since for sets at night.
Oh, good.
At least that's how it worked. I just wish I was waking up on a boat. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older?
Yep, but you know it's not actually that nice to be older.
Well, it is when you're 12.
Well, yeah, but when you're your age...
You don't even know how old I am.
I just don't want to say.
You don't even know.
I don't like to put a date on it, because then you have to, like, retcon.
I was born in 1912.
Whoa. You're 112?
111.
Yeah. In my head, and then, you know, it gets difficult when you start talking dates, because it's like, what timeline are we really even in, you know, and...
I don't know.
What year is it? And, you know, the first time we talked to you, you were 94. So, like...
I have no clue.
I don't know.
I'm not, because I hit my head.
Right. And I just kind of ignore it.
Clark, I gotta tell you something. I had a dream when I hit my head. That stayed with me.
Okay.
I don't know how to say this, but you know how they have past lives?
Sure.
I was somebody in my past life.
Really?
I was.
Who?
Cleopatra.
You were Cleopatra?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Do you not believe me?
Well, you're so beautiful. So, I mean, it makes sense.
But I'm not black? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, pretty much.
I heard you say the N-word.
No, I never said that, Beverly. I think you're...
Was that Jay?
Yes. We'll go with that. We'll say that.
It was you?
I'm not Jay.
Who?
This is not going well for you.
Who are you?
Let me play the video.
Wouldn't it be nice if we...
Whoa. I just keep praying every day that God's gonna give us a house to buy.
Well, me too, Marvel, but sometimes you got... Look at these granite countertops in here. Can you believe this?
Well, I mean, they're kind of chintzy. They look a little plastic, and if you look
They're
over...
not chintzy, it's real granite. See?
Oh, yep, see? That's just vinyl applique.
Okay, well, look at this. Spiral staircase.
Whoa. Spiral staircase.
This is the best luxury apartments New Springfield has to offer. It's right. There's artist studios right here in the building.
Right. Mrs. Straws, this is always going to be in here breaking up little pieces of glass and putting them into little shapes and shit.
But maybe we could have her break up some glasses and make you some marble friends.
I don't mean no. What are you talking about?
You don't miss your marble friends?
Well, I got plenty of marble friends.
Who?
Crazy Cat's Eye. I got the team of the Jungle Jumpers. I got,
Marble, you talk to me about all these people. I've seen pictures of them, I've seen videos of them, but I've never seen them.
You never met Mary from Team Primary?
No, you literally never brought them around, never spoke to them on the phone, never gave me any indication that you actually know them.
Well, they're always busy. I mean, they're always doing Jelly, he runs a tight ship. That Jelly, he runs a tight ship.
I'm not even convinced Jelly's real at this point.
Well,
I'm not.
4.5 million subscribers would disagree with you and growing. But okay, Brandon. Whoa.
Women, am I right?
I always wanted a kitchen that had a his and hers sink.
His and his sink in a kitchen.
in a rental.
It is pretty stupid, ain't it? You got some dumb ideas.
Do you mean a sink that has 2 compartments, miss?
Well, no, I mean one that, like in a guest bathroom or in a master bathroom, they'll have like one sink over here and it's got boy products on it. And then they got a sink on the other side of the bathroom that's got girl products on it.
And what does that have to do with a kitchen?
I don't like your attitude.
Mine?
I think it's a dumb idea too, but come on, treat her with some fucking respect, dude.
Oh,
I'm the only person who can treat her that way.
okay.
How much is this shit?
These apartments are quite luxury, and I've got somebody putting down $3,000 a month.
$3,000 a month for this? It's one bedroom.
Well, but that bedroom is really nice.
Yeah, but the countertop already broke.
You broke a countertop?
It's plastic.
It's just a vinyl applique. Just buy another one. Shit.
I'm so goddamn... Hold the fuck on.
What do you mean you're not gonna cast me as Iago again, Tristan? I thought I did a really good job.
Listen. I got another duty for you.
What?
How would you like to be the stagehand? A stagehand, I should say.
Not even the...
I've seen you play Othello the game.
Brother, you know that I have the platinum trophy of the Stage Manager DLC version of Othello.
That's what I'm saying.
And you wouldn't even offer me to be the stage manager or the stage hand. I get to be a stage hand?
Well, you're one of many.
You know they're the first people cut.
I don't want managers. I don't want anything like that. We're all equals.
Whoa. But you can't, Tristan.
There's no lead roles.
Besides Othello and Iago and Desdemona.
Well, I'm playing all 3 of them.
You're playing Desmondana.
Yeah, I'm like Dr. Doolittle. Hold on, Dr. Doolittle? Norbit.
Norbit.
Like Norbit.
Yeah, Dr. Doolittle. That's a really underrated movie, but honestly kind of terrible.
It's kind of terrible. Did you know there was 3 of them?
I did. I think you might have told me that, though.
I did a few weeks ago.
You got all kinds of random little facts.
I got so many texts coming in. I hate it. I wish this wasn't happening.
Well, everybody knows you're back in town. You know they're trying to get a hold of you. And with everything that's going on against Sex Gremlins, can you really blame them, Tristan?
No.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They need you again. I don't know if you've met Spin Ray yet, but I met him.
No.
The guy they're trying to put up for mayor this time.
No.
Something shady about him. Don't really like him.
What about him?
His blisters.
His blisters?
The more of his blisters I ate, dude, the less they tasted like Sex Gremlin blisters, and the more they tasted like Lamisil Toe Monster blisters.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God, dude.
The Lamisil
I swear to God. This dude, God, what the hell was his name? Theo. I met this sex gremlin down here named Thea. Theo. And Theo down here, he told me, first of all, Theo was gonna kill me.
Hold on, I gotta say something real quick.
Yeah.
Did y'all find me already?
Yeah, apparently.
And brought me down?
You're safe.
Okay, good.
You're safe, brother.
Nothing happened. It was smooth.
You're safe. You're safe. You are safely in the sewers.
Nice.
And that Theo, he told me that the Lamisil Toe Monster was born from beneath his toenail.
What?
And that he walks amongst us.
Are you serious?
Yes! And if you think about it, doesn't the Lamisil Toe Monster kind of look like what you think a sex gremlin looks
Absolutely.
like? I think it's him, dude!
Oh my.
I think he's
You
the
think he's the monster?
I think he's the Lamisil Toe Monster.
Hold on,
posing as one of us.
Are you serious?
I think he might be the Lamisil
Hold
Toe
on, let me
Monster.
look up a picture of the Lamisil Toe Monster.
Yeah, pull it up, dude. This dude's crazy. Comes out from underneath people's toes.
Oh no.
Close friends with the Mucinex mucus.
Oh no. That's exactly what I imagine. Sex gremlins look like. That's really weird. That's really except with huge dicks. That's so weird.
Don't you ever notice how Spin Ray always wears pants?
Why would he wear pants? Why wouldn't he just let his dick hang out?
Because he's the Lamisil Toe Monster, dude!
I always thought he was some kind of hipster.
I'm not trying to wear like no tinfoil conspiracy theorist hat or something, but I've heard echoes in these pipes about people are thinking he might be the Lamisil Toe Monster.
Maybe other people are thinking this?
It might just be me talking about it and then it echoes back down the pipes. I don't know.
Other people are talking this though.
It seems like it.
Have you asked my friend Osmosis?
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 No, I didn't meet Osmosis.
Osmosis Jones?
Nope, never met him.
You never met Osmosis Jones.
Can't say that I
You ever
have.
seen this movie?
This is the Osmosis Jones?
Of course it is.
Of course I'm familiar with Osmosis Jones. I didn't
That's
think...
what I was saying.
Well, I know that, but I thought... how could I have known there was a celebrity like Osmosis Jones?
I'm famous.
Well, I know that, but how did I... Fuck, if I didn't know, I didn't
He
know.
came over for my Friendsgiving.
Well, that's good. I didn't know Osmosis ever made it out of that dude he was inside.
He made it out of Bill Murray. Excuse me. He
You
did.
know, like I said, you're always so full of these little facts. Never knew that was Bill Murray.
You didn't?
No.
Really?
I think I've only seen the movie a couple times.
Listen, at the beginning of the movie, Bill Murray, he's out with his daughter at a fucking zoo or something. And they're right next to the monkeys. And she's like, Dad, you're so fucking disgusting. Take care of yourself. You're a disgusting human. He's gross. Bill Murray's disgusting in that movie. It makes you never want to watch another movie with. And he gets a hard-boiled egg, pulls it out of his pocket, and drops it in the monkey den. And then he starts eating it, and his body starts shutting down.
Oh, no.
So, Osmosis Jones, who I think he already lived in him.
Ah.
I'm not sure. He's like
He's
he's
an
played by
amoeba.
Chris. Hold on, that doesn't make any sense. How could they be played by Chris Rock?
Who is he played by?
Chris Rock.
Is it?
Yeah.
You could have also told me it was Adam Sandler, but that's just because Crazy Nights came out around that same
I think
time.
so too. But anyway, him and the little, he took a pill to help with it. So the pill starts coming in and blasting.
Oh.
But it's Osmosis who, along with Buddy Cop. It's a Buddy Cop movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's just an actor though. He doesn't play.
That makes sense, That could inform the scene where the antagonist. This is why I can't be the stage manager, dude. I don't remember who the
I'm
protagonist.
starting to
of
rethinking already.
Othello
You can
is.
remember lines, so I think you can do the role. You got it.
You serious,
You got it.
Tristan? You're so
You want to be Othello?
no.
What?
No, I don't want to be Othello. Why? I can't be a Iago if you're not my Othello, brother. And if I'm
Are you
Othello, then who the fuck is gonna be beneath me as Iago? Because it can't be you, because you are Othello and I'm Iago.
Embrace me.
Oh, I'm embracing you.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Sorry to bother you, Mr. Pinpoint Deal. There's a lady here who says she knows you.
Okay.
Wants to talk.
Okay, lots of people know me and want to talk. Who is she?
Her name's No.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Bring her in.
No.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, you can come in. Come on.
Well, if it...
Hang on, that's Nancy Sachs.
I weaseled my way in here.
Nancy.
Didn't think you'd let me in here. In fact, I asked earlier, and they said no. So you know what I said? Well, I'm no. Tell them again.
Well, I mean, it clearly worked for
Well,
you.
I mean, Nancy, I don't necessarily want you in here.
Why? What's going on in here?
We're just putting together the cast of Othello.
Well, I thought you'd like to know that I've retired from reporting.
Oh,
And I'm fathering your baby, you sick fuck.
Tristan.
Not mine.
Yours.
She pointing at me.
You snuck into my house. I have it on Ring doorbell. You snuck into my house, came on my dildo, and I used it. And now I'm pregnant with your baby.
Tristan, you told me that wouldn't happen. You said
It wasn't supposed. There's no way that could happen. There's no evidence
You
of
said
it. I
it
didn't
would
see
dry
any
up.
Ring doorbell.
You said it would dry up. Regardless
Well,
of...
I want to let you know, y'all can bicker amongst yourself, but I'm not getting an abortion. I'm
Yes, you
carrying
are.
this- Oh! Push me all you want. It's just a little thing right now. I won't miscarry. I have a uterus made of steel thanks to Dr. fucking Xavier.
God damn it. Samantha's gonna fucking kill me, dude. I didn't even know. It was just it was the sheer thought that was inside of you, Nancy. And when I sniffed it, my sex gremlin instincts took over. I had to put it up my ass.
Why were you in my house? That's what I really want to know. After my husband died, all I know is that the thought kind of turned me on a little bit. I knew you came on it,
Oh. Well, I mean,
but it's still rape, and I'm pressing charges.
Nancy, no.
Yes, I am. I'm pressing charges.
This is gonna ruin me, Tristan. You told me.
What do you can't blame me. You can't blame me.
I mean, it's my semen, you're right. And I did put it up my ass and then come on it.
Listen, there's ways we can take care of this.
You think we should kill Nancy Sachs?
No, I don't think we should kill Nancy Sachs. She's a famous news reporter.
Here's the thing. I'm willing to abort this baby. Under one condition.
What? Name it.
You bring Frank Sachs back to life.
How am I supposed to do that?
Figure it out!
What, like there's a monkey in Florence, Italy, who's bringing back pigeons and little rabbits to life that I can just go there and take him a piece of Frank?
And it's happening. I watched an Instagram reel of it.
Oh, you saw that?
I saw an Instagram reel of
Oh,
that guy.
Nancy, if you got any pieces of Frank, I mean, I'll take him.
Listen, we can't do all that. We're not gonna go all the way back and revive this thing.
This thing!
Yeah, I mean, he's a kind of a thing. He's not really
He's kind of like a Frankenstein's monster.
He never really was anything before.
He just walked around and said, oh.
Well, ever since he passed, my son's been unbelievably depressed.
Didn't even know you had one.
That's how I got the uterus made of steel. The first one tore it on the way out.
That makes sense.
He was born with switchblade hands. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Kind of like Edward Scissorhands, how he was born.
But with switchblades.
Switchblades.
So he's like a greaser.
Kind of like Wolverine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
There's a strong chance this one could be too. I'm Sister No now. I don't know what happened.
Sister, no, it really was you this whole time. You've been fucking around with me. Oh my god.
You should have saw the look on your face.
God.
You look like a dumb idiot.
That was a really good metaphysical spell that you cast to transform yourself into Nancy Sachs.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And the voice, I cannot believe how good your impression
Watch when I do
was.
this as Nancy. I'm gonna take out my tit and squeeze it. Oh, milk. There's milk.
Why are her nipples a little bit brown?
That's just how they are. I don't know why I keep going back and forth.
Well, it's a little hard, you know. The
Spells wearing
yeah,
off.
it was, you'll get back into it.
Anyway, what the hell are y'all doing here?
Well, we're hiding in the sewer.
Well, of course you are. Have you seen it up there?
Of course I did.
Have you seen the guy who's doing shit up there? He's a literal monster.
He's a monster.
He's shit. He's a piece of shit.
Like, are you talking? I mean,
everybody knows he's a piece of shit. He forced us down here.
yeah. Like, what are you getting on about?
He's a piece of shit. I don't know what else there is to say about it. He's a piece of shit. A literal shit.
He's
with
literally
eyes.
feces.
Yes.
He's feces. Okay.
This guy, he's disguised. Why can't I do Sister?
Sister No's gonna die soon. I can't do a voice anymore. Now I'm Tristan again. I don't know what's happening.
It's okay, sister. No.
It's all a nightmare.
It's okay, sister. No, it's okay. I think you went a little overboard on the potions. Okay, you just need to think about it and remember
What? Who?
that your sister know.
Who am I?
Oh no,
Is this a dream?
I don't know what it is anymore. To be honest with you, I think it's some sort of. Honestly, maybe I'm in a nightmare. Nope. I'm not sleeping.
I've completely lost track.
Well, that's okay, Beverly.
This is not good.
It's okay. What did you lose?
Was that Beverly?
Yeah.
All my characters are disabled because I smoked marijuana.
Beverly.
What?
You know we don't smoke marijuana. We
Why the
smoke
hell
goat
not?
weed. We smoke goat weed because we know where it comes from. This shit could be laced with rubelin.
Rubelin.
Yes.
Oh, well, I smoked it.
It could be laced with rubelin.
Well,
Are you feeling faint?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, it's probably not
I
then.
feel pretty good.
That's good.
I feel like making love.
Oh. Okay, swing that ass.
Feel like making love.
Oh my god, the diaper's coming off.
I feel like making love. Ooh. Oh,
Oh.
you.
Oh.
Oh.
So hang on, sister. Now, what do you mean you want to stage a hate crime against Tristan?
Sister No, formerly known as Brenda, was very sweet. She was. She's very sweet, very kind, and she kind of turned evil. She's kind of just like Tristan with a really high voice.
Sorta. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how
Maybe
they're
like
related.
an older Jewish woman.
I see how they're related. So you're telling me by writing an obituary like that, if people think Tristan's dead and they write an obituary like that for Tristan,
Yeah, well, again, I think that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is that Tristan needs to get harmed in some way, shape, or form. There needs to be a hate crime, so there needs to be something that happens that makes the people talk. Do you remember when I was here last time and I killed the dog?
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about it. It was on every news channel.
Yeah, I know. I just got in trouble. They went and saw the dog you killed. I got in trouble for killing another dog.
It's kind of ridiculous because they're not really sentient. Who cares? But people love them. But right now, they don't love sex gremlins.
Exactly.
But if they see one get horribly, and I'm talking horribly injured, there might be one sex gremlin they like. Tristan is like their Obama.
Tristan, what do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't want you to get seriously
know.
injured, especially before Othello.
I can't be disabled for a
How injured are we talking,
He's
sister?
gonna have 2 broken kneecaps.
That's kind of a hard one, but, as sex gremlins, we don't really use our kneecaps too much.
True.
And we do heal really fast.
Yeah, we
But
do.
they don't need to know that.
Exactly, because then they're gonna start, cutting off limbs of us.
Yeah, you cut it off and it grows back.
That's true. Well, but Tristan, I just don't know, because if you think about it, we gotta be able to get up there,
Well, my problem is that what's gonna happen when that happens? Who's gonna try to take power when we do that? Is it the Mucinex guy? And the Lemon Silk guy? Who's gonna try?
I don't know.
There's no guarantee it's gonna be me. They're not gonna see me as some hero John McCain type.
You never know what they're gonna see you as.
I don't know, neither does Sister
But one
know.
thing I do know is nobody is gonna see Othello if we do it in the sewers. And we're not allowed to go up on the streets. So maybe you need to blow your kneecaps out for the cause. I'm for it.
Easy for you to say.
Let's do it, sister. Wait, you don't want to do it?
I do want to do. Yeah, I do want to do it.
Well, you know what? You want to do Othello. You know what?
I don't want to get my kneecaps blown out. I think it's a little reasonable.
Here's what I propose. Sister, no, you tell me. Do we look alike? I know you're not my twin, but do we look alike?
I think you all look alike.
You think enough people would think that like maybe I'm Tristan?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna say maybe I could blow my kneecaps out, but nobody wants Hagerty's knees.
You would do that for me?
I was gonna try to do that for you, Dad. Sorry.
No, I like when you say that, son.
Oh, I'm embracing you again.
I'm embracing you too.
What the hell is going on?
I can't tell, is Nancy really in the room or was that Sister No?
Honest to God, I don't know anymore. I think that was the last we're gonna see of her. Why are you two embracing?
Well, we're just friends.
We're just friends.
We're just
who
friends.
We embrace.
We're friends who embrace. This is gonna be so good, Tristan.
I know.
I'm gonna get my kneecaps blown out for you.
I love it too.
Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
I love you, son.
We take you back to the protest happening on 54th Street in New Springfield.
But when there's a worldwide genocide happening, when sex gremlins are getting killed in the streets, when sex gremlins are being eaten in public places, maybe jokes about all that and how you think it's funny just aren't reading the room well. Sex gremlins, when I left New Springfield, sex gremlins were treated as equals. We need to get back to that. We're gonna install. Oh! Oh, my knees! My knees!
Take that, you stupid sex gremlin scum!
My knees!
You fucking maggot! You are sick!
Oh, my knees!
I'm gonna kill every one of them!
My knees! Is everybody gone? You think they got it?
They definitely got it. They definitely got it. They definitely keep screaming.
Oh! Oh, my knees! My best friend! My knees! Tristan, are you okay? I'm okay, Hagerty!
Hello and welcome to MOATAIF.
Hello.
We're back, folks. Another installment. Another day.
This is a weird one for me because I recently started smoking goat weed again,
Yeah.
and wasn't used to how it affected the improv, but it absolutely does. It absolutely does.
Yeah, you were having a little difficulty keeping the characters straight.
I
but,
was.
Hey, I honestly kind of liked the reveal halfway through that Nancy was actually
it worked.
Sister No performing a
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. It came out.
Yep.
It worked.
Because I had no reason for Nancy Sachs to be there. I couldn't think of one reason why Nancy Sachs would show up in that room.
Right.
It made no fucking sense to me.
She's still on Goat Island as far as we know.
Yeah, she never came.
But Sister No can...
It makes sense that No would do that because she's magic.
Right, and I mean, who knows how much of a pariah she still is, you know? She could still be, you know, known as that famous cult leader, you know? Hell, we still talk about cults and leaders.
Fuck yeah, we do. Fucking Jonestown.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aid. They drank it.
they did drink it.
It sounds like there should be a country song written about Kool-Aid.
Oh, for sure.
Or the Jonestown Massacre.
Oh, you know, and maybe there is. Somebody's got to have sung something about it. Somebody's got to have sung something about it.
Yeah, I would love it.
You know, I was thinking, I didn't even realize the other day, but Royal and I were walking between the HBC over to the PAC, and Royal's like, oh, I wonder why the flags are half-mast. And I'm like...
They're always half-mast.
I was like, dude, every day it seems like they're half-mast, and I had to like just come up with some reason why it would be. Turns out they were half-mast that day because of Rosalind Carter, her First Lady Carter. She died.
Oh.
Yeah, and her, you know, classic
Sure.
90s, you
God
know,
damn it.
90-year-old woman pass, you know. Now, I'm not saying that I, like, you know, there's a famous image of me flipping off Jimmy Carter at that Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Well, you know, and I'll still defend this. Jimmy Carter, as good of a like person as he is, and you know, whatever you want to say, Jimmy Carter should not have run for a second term.
Why?
In office? He was destined to lose. He was.
So
not
this is like
lose.
a Joe Biden situation now.
Pretty much, except hopefully Joe Biden won't lose. But yeah, it was pretty much the same situation. Well, you know what I mean. I mean, I kind of hope. I wish it wasn't Joe Biden.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean.
But we hope he doesn't lose, but he probably will lose.
Yeah.
And it's just like by him running right now, he's kind of letting Donald Trump win.
And so, like, in 1980, when Jimmy Carter ran for his second term, Ted Kennedy ran against him in the primary, and it was kind of like a, Bernie Hillary situation where, like, Bernie cantankerously held on till the end.
Ah, I see.
And Ted Kennedy was the same way because he really believed that he could, actually win the nomination. He didn't think that President Carter would be reelected. And so then, at the end of the nominating process, President Carter was put up against Ronald Reagan, and then Ronald Reagan absolutely trounced him, And then when you come to think of it, a lot of the situations that we've come to exist in today were put in place by President Reagan.
War on drugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
a lot of that we have to undo.
Yeah.
Trickle down economics.
Absolutely. But you could put, boop, 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 put that back on Jimmy Carter, so to speak.
Okay. So, yeah, sure, flip him off. Okay, so his wife died. His wife
off.
died the other day. That's why it
Yeah.
was. Because I noticed it driving home from my dad's house. So it was like every fucking day the flags are
Well, and it's like maybe there's a shooting,
Yeah,
I was like,
probably.
Who knows? I mean, in that moment, I was like, probably because of the Beaver Creek shooting. There was a Beaver Creek shooting at the Walmart recently.
Yep.
Yet again.
Didn't even make national news.
No. Well, because, I mean, it's just like it happens all the damn time,
couple people died. It wasn't that many people.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, exactly. But you're right. It wasn't that many people, but what can you say?
That would have made news.
Yeah.
2008.
But as it turns out, it was Rosalind Carter's funeral. Now, like I said, I don't really, I'm not like, but it's always interesting. Like, I remember the first time I tripped acid, well, not the first time. Yeah, I guess it was the first time, was when Barbara Bush passed away.
Yeah, that wasn't it?
And I ended up watching her funeral while tripping, coming down on the end of the
That would be such a weird thing to
was.
see.
And even now, even the other day when I like woke up and saw some of the photos from Rosalind Carter's funeral, it's just weird to me that, like, I don't say what you will about each individual politician or whatever, but it's just they are public figures, and so it's weird, like, to see a photo of like Melania Trump and Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama all sitting side by side, and then there's Bill Clinton and Jill Biden and the president. It's just weird.
It's weird that one day Melania Trump will die and the flag will be at half-mast because of it.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird, and and then the thing that struck me the most, which is the reason why I brought it up, is because I haven't seen Jimmy Carter. He's been in hospice for most of the year.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna die like any minute.
I think he still is. I feel like he's dead.
He's kind of like my grandpa.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Because, like, sincerely, they wheeled him into the funeral. Of course, he had to. I mean, he'd been married to his wife for like 74 years. Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, of course, he's gonna go to her funeral, and they wheeled the man in, and like he was literally like, I mean, I know the viewers at home can't see it, but I'll put a picture in. He's literally like,
oh no. Oh no.
I'm like,
is he really?
Yes. Yeah, I'll show you. Because
Oh,
it's
no.
like, it was honestly like, I was like, Jimmy.
Kind of like what Zach just did for me was like after you watched The Ring.
Yeah. Literally.
Is that what he looks like?
Yes. It was honestly really sad, and I'm like, that's Jimmy fucking Carter. And it's weird that we've just known him for like 90 years, we've just known
been
who
around
this
my
man
entire
is,
life.
right? That's Jimmy Carter today.
Oh, Jimmy.
I know.
They need to put him down.
He's like frozen in time. Well, and he's not. I mean, he's not frozen in time in the way that makes it seem like he's not aging, but
there's something wrong with him.
I know.
He reminds me of that like allegedly 150-year-old monk. It's
Yeah.
just bones.
Yep. That is.
Ew, I don't like his lips. That's why I zoomed in on them. I couldn't stand them. They're all wet,
I know.
moisturized.
That is an ancient man.
Put him down. I won't say that.
I don't want him to die because,
I feel like
but
that's like.
damn.
You think he even knew?
I hope so. I hope he knew what was. I also am like, do I hope that he knew
His wife died.
Man, I hope he knows that his wife of 74 years is deceased.
Man, that's sad.
I know it is sad.
That's really sad. Really scary.
It is.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, we will all be like that someday.
I don't like. Well, we might not be. We might just die, hit by a bus.
Right? Absolutely.
I don't want to think about it.
I guess you can only hope that you turn out to be like Jimmy Carter someday.
Yeah.
Because, hey, at least you're still alive.
Yeah.
But I guess, MOATAIF honors Rosalind Carter.
MOATAIF honors. We were going to honor something else, too. The origin of Big Daddy's voice. The memory of the
Yes.
origin of Big Daddy's voice.
Yes.
The first time I ever did Big Daddy's voice, or anything close to it, was that... We don't remember the context.
Nope.
We don't... But we remember the line, which was, I don't know, Zach. I'm starting to get the butterflies.
It was so funny.
We thought it was so funny at the time.
It was. I mean, it was absolutely hilarious. And, every time I think about it, I think it happened somewhere else. But I think it's just because we started saying it so much.
I really think it happened at Alicia's house.
It might have. Cause sometimes I think it might have happened in a car. But I think it's just because we
Maybe it did.
started to say it so often that we used it all the time.
All the time. It
Even
was just
Hannah
classic
would
line.
say it. JT would say it.
Yep. I think it had to have been about a girl. I really think it was.
So.
I think I was going to text some girl and announce my feelings.
I think, as we kind of... this might
Something
just
tells
be,
me it was Jenny Benavidez or some shit.
It could have been. It could have been. This might just be us manufacturing a memory, but do you remember that time that it was right when we had both started vlogging again, and you were using your iPad?
Yes.
And we were sitting in Hannah's car
Yeah.
at Northwestern, and it was storming. And I think my video from that day is called the worst video ever or something like that.
Yeah, I remember the thumbnail.
And that is totally a rife situation for that, because we would just sit there and talk about shit for hours. So I could imagine, you being I want to text Jenny Benavidez, and us telling you what to say.
That sounds so
and
close.
then you being we finally get it, and you're so you're gonna do it, and you're I don't know, Zach, I'm starting to get the butterflies,
But maybe it wasn't about texting maybe it was something somebody texted me.
It could
that
be.
gave me butterflies.
It could be.
I feel like there was a love situation happening at some point.
Could it have been Kate Austin?
No.
Because I almost...
Maybe?
Because, I
No.
like I said, every time I think of it, it could have happened somewhere else. Could it have happened in Mr. Stevens' classroom?
No.
Because that was certainly a formative. Mr. Stevens.
No, this absolutely did not happen in front of people.
Well, because I mean, there were so many times in that specific class, and really in all of the classes that we had together, where we had like extended periods of time where we were like, it seemed like we were the only two people.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like
Nobody else existed except
Right.
for me, you, and sometimes Brittany Porter and Brandon Rogers.
Right. And what was her name? Chelsea Brandenberry.
Chelsea Brandenberry, right behind us.
Yep.
Who sat with Chelsea?
I don't know.
Yeah, they might have.
It was you and me sat together, right?
Dylan Borders.
Maybe that was where Brandon Rogers sat.
No.
Because he had to be somewhere.
Brandon Rogers was right next to Brittany Porter. They sat together.
I guess that makes sense.
No fucking clue. I hate it.
But like,
I used to remember all these details.
I know, but I could also see it happening there. You know,
I can't see that. I think we were alone because I don't think I would have.
Do you remember when I was like convinced that I could beat Brandon Rogers' ass?
Absolutely. You really thought it.
He was bothering.
You had testosterone pumping through your veins.
He was bothering
at the
me
time.
in show
Very,
choir.
very gay veins.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll beat his ass. I don't give a fuck.
And he's literally on like the wrestling team.
Yeah, like
football team.
Yeah, he's muscular. Muscular. Always has his hands in his pants rubbing his cock.
He's a full on like raging bull cock man, you know.
Oh yeah.
He could totally beat the hell out of me. Dude, a wrestler. Honestly, he's kind of, and especially with like, he's kind of like got the meathead energy. So like, honestly, he probably would have beat me retarded.
Yeah,
like
I think his wrestling background, he probably would have submitted you.
That you're probably right.
He probably would have got you in a position where you had to be like, please stop it.
Right.
Like humiliated you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And he probably would have been laughing at the time, but also mad.
You know, but like I would have been okay with it. You know, like I remember hearing that story about like some of those students put like a pencil up somebody's ass. He could have, like, maybe he would have put a finger up my ass.
Pickle
you know,
boy.
and been like, ha ha ha, like I'm putting a finger up your ass. I'd be like, Brandon. I would turn.
You know, like when Mike Tyson was like, I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
You're just like, oh, you like that, you little... like what Will tried to do to you, too.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm gonna fuck your gay little ass up. And I'm like, I bet you'd like that.
So fucking epic.
I think that.
Most epic.
It is epic.
This is a whole separate thing that I thought I had this idea again. We should do a modern day roast.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Really prepare for it, too, not just get up there and just say stupid shit.
Right.
Let's really roast each
Right.
other.
Yeah, let's do it. And also, you know, it could be terrible.
Probably would be. But it'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. You know, I had an idea, like, I was like, oh, I wanted to do, like, this for the 666th video. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do, like, an emo special or, like, a metal special or something like that. And
we're
came and
past
went.
that, right?
Yeah, it came and went. But, hey, that means we're nearing up on 700, you know.
I would love to have an emo special.
Right.
What's special about 700?
It's just the next number. You know,
the
next
777 would be a good gambling episode.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a poker special.
Poker special?
Or make, like, a knockoff of Casino.
I think it'd be really cool
Yeah.
to just have a poker game. Like an old classic poker game. Smoke-filled room, you know, smoking cigarettes and...
Absolutely.
Get poker chips out, talking shit.
I don't even know how to play poker, so like everybody takes advantage of me.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That could be an element of it.
Absolutely, I think it'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Only like 111 more videos to get us there.
Yeah, that's quite a ways away.
Well, I guess if we're in like the 670s, maybe only 100, maybe only like 100 more.
Damn.
You know,
it doesn't feel like that long ago that we had the 500th video special.
I know.
And here we are.
I know. I think the 600th video is probably my favorite special, even though, I mean, the 500th video being like the montage.
Which one was the 600?
600 was the one that was on Zoom with like the Azuis.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. I mean, obviously 500 was cool because we literally created a super montage for every single video.
And it created the archive, which still comes in handy.
That's true. That is true. That
still comes in handy. I'm glad we did that.
But I liked the, especially with the aspect of like people leaving and then returning for that special for the 600th video. I thought that was really beautiful. and it holds.
I love it was live streamed too. It was really cool.
That was cool. It really makes it feel special to me. I really liked that.
That was really it was special.
I mean, hell, Bree was watching it live streaming while she was like driving home from Florida or driving to Florida.
Yeah.
Must have been driving home from Florida because she's in Florida in the video. Like,
oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where I was. I was somewhere.
Even Dan Myers tuned in and watched it live. I think that's cool.
It's really cool.
That's just cool. You know? That's cool.
I want to know how Dan's doing these days.
Me too. I can't imagine too well.
Well, he had like a girlfriend for a minute.
That's true. Yeah, he does still have a girlfriend.
He still has her?
Yeah.
I think he deleted me on Facebook.
He posted like a picture the other night of like the dinner that they made for each other. So I'm like, that's nice.
He had to have deleted me.
Of course, it was like, you know, kind of like a nasty looking dinner, but as long as he's happy.
He didn't delete me. Oh.
Yeah, I think her name's like Katie Tortilla.
What? Really?
I'm sure that's not her actual name.
He
but
shares pictures with her because I'm not seeing any pictures of her.
Yeah, I think they share photos together. I think maybe not.
I'm just happy Daniel Myers had sex.
Has he?
He has to have fucked.
He had to have had sex. Didn't we see Daniel Myers' penis? Now that I'm remembering.
I have for sure. I remember at one point Dan was doing chatterbait.
Yeah. You told me about that. Yeah. We've talked about.
I sent you the link to it. I'm pretty sure you've seen it.
We've talked about that for sure.
It's a big old thick dick.
It's a nice penis. I'll be honest with you. It's like kind of a shame that that's who got it.
Yeah. There's not much you can do.
It's a shame. Well, on a bit of a different note, you know, I did have that other note, but we recently, you know, we've completely run out of movies. I mean, now today starts our Christmas movie marathon since it's December 1st. But over the last couple nights, we watched The Night at the Museum.
Oh, yeah?
Films. Now, the first one's still just as good as I thought it was. The second one was okay. The third one should never have been made.
There was one. Was it still Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
What?
What were they thinking? And it shouldn't have been made, and we couldn't get through it. I mean, we ended up watching like 45 minutes of it, which I was surprised because still nothing had really happened. And it was they just completely mixed the mark.
So it's just another night at a museum where things came to life?
No, it's like it got so convoluted, they completely jumped the shark. At the end of the second movie, his decision is like, oh, let's pretend that this is like high-tech AI or whatever, you know, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I think I remember.
We'll have late night museum sessions where everything can come to life and like explain itself to the guests. Well, that's become super popular by the third movie to where they're like doing full on productions where it's like cue the monkey and he's like doing like aerials in the sky for a fundraising event. And then, as it turns out, the magic of the tablet of Akhman-Ra that keeps them alive is now running out of magic.
Oh, God.
So it's up to Larry to travel the world, the globe, and try to restore the magic to the tablet.
Okay, that's dumb.
It was terrible. Shouldn't have been made. But
it sounds like an excuse for them to like do things in other countries.
Go to a different museum and now he's talking to the Mona Lisa. Ha 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 ha. Isn't that silly?
Sounds pretty cool.
Right.
I'd like to see what she has to say.
But in the second movie it takes place at the Smithsonian, you know, Battle of the Smithsonian. So it takes place in DC, and a lot of the movie is just a promotion for the museum itself. But at one point, which, you know, this really is a gray area in the canon of how this tablet works. It also brings the statue of like Abraham Lincoln at the Lincoln Memorial to life.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just got me thinking, and I wrote this in my notes. This is verbatim what I wrote in my notes. I think President Lincoln would always help if you asked him to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the guy you call up and be like, can you help me move this couch?
Absolutely.
And he'd come over instantly.
Absolutely. And I don't know if we're just like brainwashed, but like I think he is a man that like under some circumstances he wouldn't help you, but I feel like they'd be really extreme circumstances.
He's a man of honor. He's always been known as that.
Absolutely.
I feel like he probably was a good man. You have to be a good man to retain the legacy.
Right, for like this
dude, long. They tried to tarnish Bob Saget's legacy minutes after he died.
True.
You've never heard shit about Bob Saget, and then suddenly he's a pedophile?
Right, yep. Which we on MOATAIF completely and vehemently discredit.
Yeah, MOATAIF honors Bob Saget's credibility. His legacy.
And Bob Saget himself.
And
Why?
himself.
Throw it in.
Yeah, but I didn't know they had 3 of them fucking movies, though. The last time I saw 2 was I saw it when it first came out at the drive-in.
Yeah.
And I didn't even want to see it then.
Yeah. Was it like the other movie that was playing at the drive-in?
This could easily be fact-checked, but I'm pretty sure we watched Year One.
Oh.
Terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black, Michael Cera.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure Night at the Museum was on the other screen.
Gotcha.
Right after.
That makes sense. That seems like they probably came out about the same time.
I think they did.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The only movie I ever remember seeing at the drive-in was Get Him to the Greek.
Random.
Yeah.
With Russell Brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Russell Brand, the one thing I know about him is that he went apeshit and killed Katy Perry.
Yeah. That's the...
I didn't know that he did.
I've retained that memory, but I also watched Russell Brand on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's kind of like a right-wing guy now.
He is.
But not really right-wing, but the right-wing people like him.
Right.
Which is weird.
Mm-hmm. It seems like he's canceled again. Always.
Oh.
Everybody's always
I watch
canceled.
his YouTube channel all the time, though. He never says anything that controversial.
Well,
he never says anything to me like, that's right-wing. He kind of just calls out, like, conspiracy.
But I think he has new sexual misconduct allegations.
Yeah,
but don't they all? Not condone that in any way, but I mean, I feel like you could say that about a lot of people.
Well, there's a famous clip. Have you ever seen that famous clip of him on a Chelsea Handler show where he's just sexually harassing her?
No.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
No. Is it really?
It's so fucking cringe.
What's he saying? Like,
he's like,
sexy?
No, he's just like, wouldn't you like to be with me, love? I'd like to see you out of that dress. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I will. He's just so confident in himself and, like, clearly fucking unbelievably full of himself. But he went on this huge, like, spiritual journey, got sober, got all of that stuff, and that's when I started watching him after that, because he talked about a lot of, like, spiritual stuff. And
Gotcha.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Then he started talking about conspiracies.
I guess they go...
Now he's, like, a legit journalist, which is weird.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Of all people.
Yeah, he's on Rumble.
They say that he divorced Katy Perry via text.
I believe it.
Isn't that awful? Yeah. I mean, I guess if you care.
Cares.
You know, I don't really care.
I have no feelings towards Katy Perry.
No. You know, I gotta say, you know, like Taylor and I watched the most recent season of American Idol, and she grew on me. It increased my opinion of her.
I never had a bad one, but she, you know, they did say she stole that song. Are you ready for?
She stole it? Yeah, of course I know it.
They say.
That'll do it.
I mean, there's evidence that she heard the song that she stole. It's some Christian song.
Oh.
And she stole it.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Mainly the boop, 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 boop.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
But I don't know if she won or lost the lawsuit.
I guess we'll never know.
I mean, Blurred Lines, that one
I
got sued by
remember that.
Marvin Gaye. And he won.
And he's dead.
His estate sued him and then he won.
And he's dead. Tragically murdered by his own father.
Was he?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I know, isn't that awful?
Wow.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough.
Ooh. His dad murdered him? For what? Did he fuck his mom or something?
You know, I honestly have no idea. It was probably a dispute over money. He probably felt like he deserved some of Marvin Gaye's money and success, and then when Marvin Gaye didn't give it to him, his dad shot him in cold blood. MOATAIF honors. Marvin Gaye. What a wild...
We've been really liberal with the honors, but
you know...
I do honor, like, the life of Marvin Gaye.
Absolutely.
John Denver. MOATAIF honors John Denver. Died in a plane crash.
Absolutely.
MOATAIF honors all the members that died of Leonard Skinner.
I was just going to say that, too. I don't know how I didn't... I guess I feel like I learned this and then forgot about it. I didn't realize Leonard Skinner is dead. I mean, like, I know they still tour, but I would
None
consider...
of the people of Leonard Skinner are the original either.
Right. Like, I would consider whoever is the person who sang the lead for Leonard Skinner. To me, that's Leonard himself. I know that's not the case, but Leonard is dead.
Yeah. Where's Leonard Skinner? It's just I like it though. It's kind of like the idea. It's like, I don't know. If they wrote new music, that'd be really weird. But I'm pretty sure they just performed their older stuff.
That's true. But there was one song that I heard that came out. It was like, well, it was their last album before they died. But I don't remember what that song was. Well, I mean, it came out and they died, but you know what I mean. But I can't remember what that song was. And I was like, man, that came out as they were dead. Let me see. I didn't even remember it being a...
There's a band, you know, and they're kind of like a Leonard Skinner knockoff called the Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're so much better than Leonard Skinner, dude.
That'll do it.
I love them. Like Southern rock, but they ain't talking about like, why the gate does not bother me.
Yeah.
They're not singing about all that hillbilly shit.
Does your conscience bother you? Tell the truth. A lot of compilation albums in the Leonard Skinner discography. Come on. I mean, I get it. That's really all you can do when everybody in your band dies, but still.
Oh, won't you give me 3 steps? Give me 3 steps.
Here it is.
Give me 3 steps towards the door.
Oh. What's your name, little girl? What's your name?
How about this one? Ooh, that smell!
Don't know it.
Can't you smell that? You do know it because it was in Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Can't you smell that? It's when Jenny's on the fucking... No, was that Freebird?
That's Freebird, yeah.
That song does play in Forrest Gump, though.
Yeah.
The smell that's around you. You have to know that
Maybe
song.
I do. Maybe I do.
Hold on.
I could just not believe that just random ass, what's your name? That's like one of their last songs.
Is it really?
He recorded before they fucking die.
Really?
Random.
Little girl.
So fucked up.
Hold on. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do recognize that. Yeah.
It took forever to get to. It's a classic song.
That is. Well, fuck. May Leonard rest.
I think it was while Jenny was like actively using it played.
That could
You'll notice it the next time you watch it.
There's so many songs layered into that damn little flick.
Great songs,
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great music.
So many. Even just from...
Yes. The feather. That's so good.
It is good. It's really
So
good.
good.
That feather, God. MOATAIF honors that feather.
Right. Jesse was telling me the other day that in the book Forrest Gump went to space. Like, he did all this. You knew about this?
Well, I've heard it has like some wild thing. I mean, it even has a sequel, the book.
It does?
Yeah, I mean, so like I believe that he does some wild ass shit. And it's kind of like, it's wild to me that they, like, for a book where like a mental retard goes to space, they somehow turned it into like this really like touching. Award-winning flick.
Dude. One of the best.
I don't know how Stephanie doesn't like it. She's heartless.
Stephanie's
That's why.
kind of retarded.
She's heartless. That's why. That's the only reason.
No, but she's not, though. She cries the shit all the time, and she, like...
If you don't like Forrest Gump, you're heartless.
Well, here's what I think happened, is I think it's been hyped up to her way too much before she ever watched it.
I could see that.
That movie grew with me, dude. I know I've talked about this on the podcast. It took me 3... I watched it since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
It took me 3 watches to know he was retarded. I didn't know as a kid. I thought he was just, I didn't know what was going on. I just really liked it. I really had always...
Right.
Run, Forrest, run.
Right.
Pray with me, Forrest.
It is,
Dear God.
especially with the way it's kind of structured, it is like multiple movies, to be honest.
I know.
I mean, that's just the way the story is, too.
It flows so fucking well. You can sit down and watch the entire movie. Like, at any point, you could sit down and start watching it and be completely engaged.
Absolutely. I remember once I took it on a road trip with us because we had like a DVD that like strapped DVDs monitors that strapped to the back of the headrest.
Oh yeah.
And we were driving home once, and that was the first time I had ever seen the sequence past where he, like, when he starts, he's like, and then I just ran. You know, towards the end of the movie where he's like running and he's just running and he's like, I got to the end of Alabama and I kept going, you know?
Yep.
And before I knew it, I was at the ocean.
So
I turned around, you know. That was the first
again.
time I'd ever gotten that far in the movie, just because, I mean, god damn it, it's such a long movie.
Yeah.
I was probably like 9, you know. But I just remember being like, wow, like, this is such an epic
So you didn't even
movie.
see at that point, when he bought the shrimp boat.
Nope.
You wouldn't have even got all the Bubba Gump references.
I
when you went to
know.
Kings Island.
I know. When I went to Kings Island.
And they had a Bubba Gump fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
God, MOATAIF honors Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
That was so good. That was so good. You're gonna have to play the exact clip of him saying that right after that, or right now, like back to back.
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. That was when the protester guy was brought up.
You know, I would like to know what Forrest was saying.
What did he say?
What was he saying?
That's all I have to say about that.
Well, you know, I think like it's not a mystery. Like, I think they've shown what's in the script now that I'm thinking about it. But, you know, who knows if that's true. But it was something like...
It always seems like that. It kind of seems...
They was shooting my best good friends, and some of my best good friends are in Vietnam. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all I got to say about that.
Gump! Why did you put that weapon together so quickly?
Because you asked me to.
God damn it!
And this was a foundational part of our friendship.
Fuck yeah,
Just
it was.
Analyzing and quoting that movie.
Still do it to this day.
Yeah,
It's a testament to how good it is.
Absolutely.
I want a life-size model of Tom Hanks.
Absolutely. You know what I want specifically is him as Forrest as the ping pong champion, where he goes home and there's all that ping pong merch. And there's one of Forrest on this side, and then it's like whatever the Chinese man.
Yes!
On the other side. Like, I love that.
Also, have to hate how they tried to redo Imagine in that movie. How they tried to explain that.
Explain what?
The song Imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now religion too.
It was just kind of silly. You know, it was just like him telling John F. Kennedy he's got to piss. Yeah, I got to pee.
This is more than that. Because they completely changed the meaning of the song.
Well, yeah.
Because he's like, imagine there's no heaven, whatever.
Yeah.
So I imagine they're like, so many people were conflicted because they're like, we love John Lennon, we love the song, but he's kind of talking about there being no heaven.
Yeah.
And so the movie's just like, well, he meant there's no heaven in China.
Right.
Because that's what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
He's like talking about his time. And they're like, oh, and there's no religion too?
Right. Well, and I mean,
Fuck off.
know, I still to this day state as if it was a fact, well, Forrest Gump taught Elvis how to dance. You know, and like
Right.
I know he's a fictional character.
He
but,
might as well have.
Yeah. You know.
I hope that, like, if history is lost, we can keep that as an oral tradition.
Absolutely.
There was a guy named Elvis, you know, he danced very provocatively.
Yep.
He learned it from a little boy with braces on his legs.
Does that mean I can't play ping
ain't
pong
no-
no more? Not for the U.S. Army, you can't.
She tasted like cigarettes. I fucking hate him for throwing him off of her. I'm like, Forrest Gump is retarded, living my dream, and threw her off of him. What's your friend, retarded or something?
Hey! Don't you call him that. Even though he like...
What, are you retarded too?
He like absolutely resents him for even the fact that he's still alive, and yet he still stands up for Forrest Gump.
fucking beautiful.
About to suck.
Yeah, I could too. MOATAIF honors Lieutenant Dan.
And then he comes back at the end with his new legs. And he's like a completely rehabilitated man with his new beautiful wife.
Oh!
Lieutenant Dan.
You got your legs back.
New legs. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
How can we be tearing up about a movie that's like 35 years old?
It's not 35 years old. That's not. Came out in 1994.
Well, yeah, so 25 years old.
30.
30.
Almost 30.
However, years old.
We're 28. And
That's true.
we were born in 1995.
Yeah, you're right. So it's like 29 years old.
Yep.
And it's still, you could work you up to tears unless you're Stephanie Duvall.
Yeah. That's why I think she's a little retarded, and I'm sorry you have to beep this so many times. Alrighty, well, I guess I'll get to my story if you don't you got any more?
Absolutely, no.
Last MOATAIF, Zach, I'm happy you reminded me of this because we talked about last MOATAIF about how I found this young lady on OnlyFans who so happened to look like an old coworker of mine. A coworker who I worked with earlier this year, and she was fired shortly thereafter.
Yes.
I'm nervous that she would ever get to listen to this, but it's fine. I don't think she would.
Right.
I don't think there's any.
Well, and the thing that was the most wild about the other story was just that there were already so many coincidences with the girl on OnlyFans that you found. That
A girl from Argentina
Yeah.
looks just like her. I didn't know she was from Argentina when I added her too. I said, "Are you from Argentina?" She said,
She
was nervous.
started at the same time, about the same time as this person that you worked with got fired. So
No,
added
it wasn't
up.
at the same time.
Oh, but
No,
it seemed like it was.
No, this girl got fired months and months and months ago. I want to say in like April.
Right. But wasn't that when the OnlyFans girl also started her account?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, she started her account
Right.
a month after that girl got fired.
So it all added up.
No, a month before.
It all added up.
It added up. It did. And I'm like, what if she got fired for having the OnlyFans and she's ultra successful? I'm going to see her naked or anything. So it starts, I got really fascinated with the idea of it because I'm horny as fuck. I'm living alone. I'm horny. I got nothing to do but to just jerk off and be horny and just think about women I could sleep with and, anything I could do that's deviant. And I end up finding the young lady who I used to work with on Instagram, and I'm messaging you guys I don't know if I should even. She has a private account. I'm like, I don't even know if I should request it. But, I was just like, fuck it. I was in one of those moods. Fuck it.
Yeah.
She accepts it. I immediately find a picture. Immediately find a man in the photos. That's the first thing I noticed. Disappointed as all live in hell. But I'm like, oh, at least she added me. That's cool.
Yeah.
Immediately find a picture of her smoking weed.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Horny is all
Absolutely.
live in hell. What? She messages me 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
Says, hey, Richard, oh my God, it's so good to see you. How are you doing? Talking to me. The president, they just elected a new president. She was super excited about that. She was in really good spirits and really wanted to talk to me, and we talked all night.
Yeah.
All night.
That's awesome.
And, easy as fuck conversation, just, whatever. The next day, I'm like, because she's like, hey, I have to get off because my phone's going to die. I'm going to put it on the charger. Can we talk tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like, I can't believe this even happened to begin with, but yeah, we can talk tomorrow.
Right.
We start talking the next day. We end up connecting on a whole other level. We had such a similar life with our upbringing and estranged from our moms and her parents and everything. Just really we're ultra similar in so many ways. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of starts turning into this conversation oh my God, how did we not, know each other before? And I'm opening up to her about all the psychedelic experiences I've had and how my life used to be. And she's like, oh my God, that's cool as fuck. I wish I could have those experiences, whatever. Because she's kind of struggling right now.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up confiding in me that day that it's not so good at home with her husband.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is happening?
Literally, this is like a dream.
Right. And I'm trying to not understate how often we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking literally. Probably the next day we probably talk for 6 hours straight.
Wow.
It's 6 hours straight.
Damn.
And right around the same time, around 6 or 7 my time, she's like, oh, I'm having an issue with my charger. I gotta rig it up to my phone. I can't talk for the rest of the night. Do you want to talk tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. I've come to think that might be an excuse
Yeah.
to not maybe talk or whatever. We end up
Maybe that's when the husband gets home.
maybe. I don't know. Because we're like I think we're like lightly flirting with each other at this point, right? And it's just like we're just I'm trying not to jump too much to like new things. I want to tell the story of the build up, but it's hard to get the build up of like all of this talking and everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, dude, message after message, and the emojis start going from like very nondescript emojis. Like sometimes she'll send the twinkle one, and I'll send emojis with no blush. It quickly turned to blush emojis.
Yeah.
Right. So we're like, so I'm thinking like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, I really like her, and I think after a couple days, I'm like, I don't know if like this is what this is gonna be, but like I really like her as a friend. Like I think we could be friends, mainly because she had a husband. So we're like, we start talking a lot about her coming out here, and I'm like, oh, I have like 3 bedrooms in my house. Like, if you ever want to come to America, like, come stay with me.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Right.
Come sleep in my bed.
Right.
I didn't say that, but I said
Right.
I have an extra.
Heavily implied.
I don't know about heavily implied because I didn't
No.
want to make her uncomfortable, but she's been telling me all these times like, oh, these are all the places I would take you, and these are all the things that we could do, and like, wouldn't it be so fun to do this together? And wow, I can't wait to see you in person. Stuff like this. Whoa, is what I'm thinking in my mind, and I'm getting like carried away with it because I'm like so excited when her name pops up on my phone. I'm blushing.
Absolutely.
It's just one of those little romance things.
As you
You're
would,
like, oh
yeah.
my God, I'm connecting with this beautiful, and I mean ultra beautiful woman. I find her so unbelievable. And that's what I start telling her, I'm like, I think I told her at some point, I was just like, yeah, you just like popped up into my mind all the time. And like, I've always wanted to reach out, but I didn't want to be creepy. So like, I'm really glad, like, whatever. And she's like, oh, no, whatever. Like, she's like, I've always liked you. I always knew you had like a good heart and a good soul. And like, I'm so happy or whatever. Oh, and then this all kind of like, we're just talking like a lot. I send her like pictures of me or whatever. Obviously, like really good angles.
Yeah.
Maybe not show exactly how fat I am, but
Sure.
as we would do.
Right.
But I think she knows she's seen me on Zoom plenty
Sure.
of times. You can't hide that kind of thing. But I sent her like a picture of my hair, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I need a haircut. She's like, no, like you look like your hair looks so good. It looks like this is how I would say it in Spanish or all these things. And whatever. It gets to the point where I'm at my dad's house. And we're texting like very emotional kind of conversation, like feelings and all these things, and it gets a little more lighthearted, and she's talking about how she doesn't feel attractive anymore. Oh. And I was like, can I be completely honest with you? You were one of the most beautiful women I've ever like laid eyes on.
Yeah.
Like, really told her all of that. I was like, I don't want you to like take this as like any way, shape, or form, but like you are unbelievably beautiful. You have nothing to worry about. And I feel like something in my mind, right around that time, I was on FaceTime with Abigail. And she was like asleep or something. And taking a nap. And her phone was just kind of sitting there. And the call with Abigail hung up. Pretty much right as I sent that message. And I'm like, Abigail knows.
Yeah.
Because it's not like something we talked about, like, oh, we could flirt with people. But I felt so unbelievably guilty.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you talking to because in my mind too, I'm like starting to feel feelings. I'm like, not right. I wasn't like feeling really like real feelings. I'm like, it could get to feelings.
Sure.
I knew that for sure. But I felt so guilty, and I'm like, I have to change my Instagram password. I gotta slow this way down. Like just like maybe just cut this off completely. Like I can't be doing this. And also just kind of sad because I'm like, man, I wish I just felt this way towards like Abigail all the time. Like she doesn't talk to me nearly this much. Which is, we've been in a relationship for 4.5 years.
Right.
So I get on my Instagram account like 10 minutes later, and I'm like, what if she's already seen? And I go on, and I go into the settings, and I look at active sessions, and I see Picture Rocks, Arizona.
What does that mean?
That's where Abigail is.
Yeah.
In Picture Rocks, Arizona. I see a logged-in session to my shit from Picture Rocks.
Oh.
At 1 p.m., and it's like 3 now. And I'm like, oh no. Abigail has seen all of this.
She has?
That's what I thought, but it turned out she was logged into my Facebook, not my Instagram, and those are connected.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm like, fuck. I don't know why I turned this into my brain, but immediately I'm like, I've been cheating on Abigail. Like, she's going to find out. Like, why the fuck would I have ever done this? What's wrong with me? So I start calling her over and over, probably 10 times before she answers. Really embarrassing of me. Because she wakes up like, what's going on?
Right.
And I'm like, Abigail, I got to tell you something. It was like eating at me. I'm like, I got to tell you something. I've been talking to a girl. She's like, okay. I'm like, and yeah. You're like, you're not mad? She's like, no, we said we could do that. And I was like, okay, well, I don't really know if I want it to like to be at that level or whatever. And she was just completely fine. She was like, yeah, it's okay. Like, if that's how you feel about it, that's fine. Like, it's not like I'm jealous of the fact that you're talking to like some girl might like you or something, but like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I trust you. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Well, that's good.
I was like, well, let's talk about it more like in the next coming days. She really doesn't want to know the details at all. She doesn't even know it's Hannah that I'm talking to. She doesn't want to know anything about it. But I've continued to talk to her. Yeah. I've slowed down like the flirting a lot.
Sure.
But really fucking cool.
Does the frequency, is it still like as frequent as it was? I mean, maybe not like 6 hours all day long, but.
Let me just show you.
Okay. I mean, is that still like every day?
This is today.
Oh my God, that's just today?
Yeah.
Oh my Lanta.
We might be in the yesterday.
Oh my Lanta. Yeah, that's a lot. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying that's a lot. That's still frequent.
Pretty frequent.
Yeah. That's still frequent.
But she doesn't talk a lot in the evenings or on the weekends.
Gotcha.
But she was just talking to me yesterday about how she's like, today about how she wanted a divorce.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, that's great news.
That was yesterday, actually.
That's great news to hear. I mean, not for her, I guess, but maybe it is good news.
No, because I don't think I would ever cross that line with her because I feel like I would get feelings involved.
Yeah.
That's what kind of bothers me about it. And I would like to talk to Abigail about it because I'm like, I don't want to have feelings like
yeah.
I don't want to have it makes me feel so conflicted while I'm in a relationship because I love Abigail. And that's what I realized from all of it. Like, I want to be with Abigail first and foremost.
Right.
I don't want anybody else to like have things like that. We've had lots of conversations about it. It's fine. But yeah. So
it's happening.
To me, what I'm most proud of is that I like. Oh, and then we had like sex talk. But
you had some sex talk?
Yeah. That was right around the time I told her she was beautiful and all this stuff.
When you say sex talk, like just like what do you like, or you're like I would fuck you.
It wasn't like I would fuck you. It was just sort of more like what are you into? And like it was inappropriate conversations.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
It's such subtle flirting and all this stuff.
Yeah. What they would if they would call grooming. If it was in a different context.
If she was a child, sure.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's like the kind of, yeah, I'm just saying that's the kind of shit that, like, they always will pull up, and I'm like, well, if that's grooming, that's just having a conversation. I mean, obviously it's different because it's with a child, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's literally like, so, have you had sex? You know, just shit like that.
It wasn't like, so, have you had sex? But just like, I cannot believe that girl. That's who I've been talking.
I know.
I cannot believe that.
She's got a thing that don't stop thinking.
I just can't believe that.
I know.
I've gotten attention like that. It makes me feel so confident in myself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no better feeling, I think. Like, I mean, of course, it's nice to be in a committed relationship, but there is truly nothing like that compares to that first feeling when you're like, I have a crush on somebody, and they kind of have a crush on me, too, and you just kind of, like, glide through life. You know?
Everything's great.
It's one of the greatest feelings, or like one of my favorite specific feelings in the world, even though it's also kind of like it also could be a sad feeling, is like when you're crushing on somebody and they're in the room and you think they're watching you at all times, and maybe they're not, but it's just like this sense of like they're in the room and like
they notice me,
right? And like they could be looking at me right now, and I'm like sitting like this, like. You know what I mean? Like,
no, dude. Yep. Yeah, completely.
Absolutely.
100%. The night I did LSD with Hannah Nicholas's the first time, that's how it kind of was with Haley.
Oh, yep.
We had like this like thing going on. Mm-hmm. You know, I like went out and she was. You weren't there, were you?
No.
At one point, she was by herself, laying out, watching sitting on the picnic table outside, watching the stars. And I came out and she was there. I was just sort of like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
And I laid down there with her and looked at the stars and we talked for like an hour. It was just one of the things you're like, oh, that feels good.
Absolutely. And then, like, the rest of the night, anytime you're in the same room together, you're like...
I know, yeah, you're just like...
Kind of cheesy.
And sometimes you look over and, like they look over and you're kind of, like, already, like, kind of looking at them, giving them a look. You're like, oh.
Absolutely.
They noticed me doing that.
But that was my entire like relationship with Zach Felter, and that scarred me for the rest of my life.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, I see that.
You know.
That's how it was with y'all?
Oh yeah, but only because like there would be well, and I mean I do think that of course I'll probably be of the opinion that I think that he did have feelings for me, but didn't want to through because I was annoying or because I was like smelling his underwear, that kind of shit. I don't know. But it definitely seemed like he was, there were things like when, he would let me rest my head on his shoulder while we were watching TV together. I mean, that's intimate.
Friends don't do that.
That's intimate, and like
we wouldn't do that.
No. And to me, I'm like, this is, a sign that we love each other, or like he, we went over to Josie's grandparents' house and he hand fed me a string bean, I'm like, that's cute.
That's really cute, yeah.
And then on that dreadful night, he said, all of the things that you think make us a couple mean nothing to me. And what he meant by that was the string bean, the head on the shoulder.
I really don't think that was the case. I think it sounds like he was just being like a kind of like a really egotistical 20-year-old. We're 18 years old.
Yeah.
You guys were 18.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's absolutely. I mean, he was one of the most egotistical people I've ever known.
Yeah. I wonder if he's done any character development since.
I can only imagine no.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Probably had no reason to.
Yeah. I'm thinking no. And I mean, now he lives in LA.
Ah,
so
ew.
Especially vapid. And he still lives with Josie. They live together.
Are you serious? They really remain friends that long?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. That sucks.
I mean, I don't know about the other friend group, but like that, that
would really, I would really see that fucking you up, especially at that age. You're so volatile.
Absolutely.
So volatile.
Absolutely. And, I really, at that point, and I mean, to a certain point still do, I had a lot of stock put in my friendships, and so these were new friendships, but, especially with Zach Felter, I felt like I was falling in love for sure and like developing a romantic connection. And
which you had been eager for.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so it was just.
And you're lonely in Chicago.
Like,
these are your people, and this is all happening. It's exciting. It's the best thing in the world.
Absolutely. And that was also really scarring, from like on the romantic level, and then also on like just the friendship level from what the other people did. That was just a truly scarring experience. That I'm sure they don't even think about.
I would love to send them shit.
Me too.
You want to send them something?
Too.
You want to find out what their address is and send them something bad?
Literal feces, yeah. I mean, you can't send feces, but like.
Can you not?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure probably not.
Like biohazard.
Yeah. But like we could, have diarrhea or, and then
wipe our asses with something and then
with a letter,
toilet paper.
Mm-hmm. Print a letter on toilet paper and then use it to wipe our ass.
Just one word. Chicago.
And use it as tissue paper so that when they scan it, they're not like, oh, that looks like balled up shit paper.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
we just wipe our asses with toilet. With tissue paper.
Right, exactly.
There's brown stains all over
absolutely.
It. It stinks when they open it. I don't even want to open it, but there's something in there I want to see. And it's just a letter.
Yeah. I wish it was. I wish we could poop person. And I wish that's what was in there.
Do you want to go to LA and do it?
Kinda,
yeah.
But I also don't, because like just being in their vicinity would feel toxic.
Yeah, it's really gross to me that they live there.
Yeah,
like they're living that life, and I bet they're so full of themselves. Like, because in LA they're nothing, but to their people back home, they're like, "Look, we made it.
Absolutely,
we got out of the shithole of Illinois."
The thing that absolutely drives me wild still to this day is that at least the last. I mean, I don't think ZachFelter.com exists anymore. But as long as it did, he had a photo on his website that included as set decoration the 2 coffee table books that I had given him. And that just absolutely drove me fucking wild that was on
DCMA'd him.
What's that mean?
The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, 1999.
I gave you those books. Just like, fuck you, dude. fuck, I don't think he thought anything of it. He's just so pretentious that he's like, these would look good in a picture. Because, like, obviously...
It takes a certain amount of pretentiousness to be a photographer.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Certain amount of pretentiousness.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
There are photographers who aren't, but, like, ones like him are.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really gross. You think that's what made you, like, not gay anymore?
No. No, because, I mean, I had gay sex.
You were always bisexual.
Yeah, I think I was always bisexual.
You wanted to fuck every woman and man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know why. I just think, like, you know, I don't know why, but I was always bi. Yeah, I think I was definitely always bi.
Yeah.
But now it's just like I want to fuck, you know. I don't even think about it as being bi. Like I would just like have sex with somebody who's sexy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe that's a man and maybe it's a woman.
That's
But, like,
that's a cool position to be in.
Right, but like honestly, these days, like I'm more so hoping it's a woman. You know, we were kind of texting about this earlier.
Yeah.
I can't think. I mean, like there are men that I find attractive that like I would have sex with in that moment, but there aren't people that I can think of that I'd be like, man, I wish I could see him naked, or let me message this person and try to have sex with him.
Yeah. So are you trying to say that being gay is perverse?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's perverse.
Inherently perverse?
No, of course not.
You don't think it's a fetish?
No.
I'm trying to get the truth right now. We're getting to the bottom of it.
A really long pause. No, I don't think it's necessarily a fetish, but like I think it can sometimes, like for some people, and this is definitely not like obviously like being gay is something you're born with, you know, and it's not really like a choice. Like what you're attracted to is like what you're attracted to. But I guess like in practice, for me as a bisexual man in a heterosexual,
that's what I meant. Yeah,
you know, relationship, it kind of is more of a fetish, you know. Because I'm like most likely not going to be able to act on any like gay sex whims that I like. The other day I was like, you know, I'm horny, I'm gonna download Grindr and just see what's possible. Nothing. Ew.
Did you downloaded it?
Yeah. Ew. Everybody's disgusting.
Disgusting, right?
Everybody's disgusting.
That's why I can't imagine having gay sex with anybody either.
No.
Just because it's like, ew.
No.
Because gay people are gross.
Well,
I'm sorry they are. Either they're really fucking unbelievably hot, 1,000,000 miles out of my league, or they're fucking disgusting.
Absolutely. And it's like, the thing is it's never as sexy as it seems in the movies, you know? It's never as...
When you actually do it?
Well, just like the idea of like, oh, like you see it on TV, and maybe it is true. You know, hell, like Hannah went through her Plenty of Fish phase where she was like fucking people left and right. You know?
Yeah.
I guess it happens. You know, Hannah said that her friend Meep, the gay guy that she lived with, he was doing the same thing, and he's a toe. I mean, he was one of the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
The toe monster could have came out of him.
Literally.
Out of his, like, fucking eye socket, because his head's a toe.
And yet he was having sex. But I feel like at that point you have to have no... And I know this sounds terrible, but at that point you really have no standards.
Yeah, that's just really, really horny people.
Exactly. And it really comes to... It reminds me of my roommate in Chicago who had Asperger's, Liam. He was gay. And I remember once he told this long story about how he's like, I didn't go to these... gay straight alliance meetings to hear about you being molested. I came here to get a cock up my ass.
Ew.
It literally hit verbatim the words that he used. And no, I'm not saying that makes all gay people perverse, you know. Obviously, as a B of the LGBT community and as somebody who identified as G for, 10 years, I certainly am still sympathetic to the cause and support the rights and all of that and understand how it is not a choice, to be made. But it's, for me, in practice, it's sort of, I guess, just more so is a fetish.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Because even the time that I did it in person, I'm like, I don't think this is for me. Did I do it twice? Yeah. But like I still
gotta
was
figure
like,
out if it's for you.
know, right? I'm like,
You gotta be
I'm not
sure.
enjoying this, you know. I'm like, I mean, I enjoyed it for sort of, but then I was also like, are you finished? You know.
I was really worried about that when I had my smoking fetish fulfilled. I'm like, what if this is repulsive to me when it happens?
Yeah.
Brother, it was not.
It was not.
It was absolutely
That's good.
everything I wanted.
That's
and more.
good. You know, kind of like the time I was absolutely drenched in piss. You know,
Dude, I wish I could still do that.
Yeah.
I ask for it subtly.
Yeah.
I ask for it subtly, and I'm always told no.
I usually
Sometimes maybe,
I
but
don't.
mostly
Yeah.
no.
I don't ask very often, and I don't receive it very often. But when I do, most of the time it turns into like, oh, like I didn't get to finish while we were having sex. Like she finished, and then it's too
piss on
sensitive
me.
as you do, right? And so she'll like give me a couple squirts while I'm whacking off.
That's pretty hot, dude.
It is hot. You know, she'll lubricate me a little bit while I'm whacking, but.
That's pretty
Yeah,
hot.
oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. But that time,
Like it's more so hot to me that she would do that.
oh yeah.
Just the idea
Yeah.
that she would get on and piss on you.
Oh yeah, it's hot. Yeah, but nothing will top. You know, and I haven't asked for. I mean, I guess I have. You know, joking. I would do it again, but we drove. She had an audition in Orlando. Orlando? No, somewhere in Florida, but it was only like 4 hours away from where we lived in Savannah. But 4 hours there and 4 hours back, so it was exhausting. And the whole time I'm like, you better fucking piss on me and fuck me when we get home for this.
Oh my
you know?
God.
Yeah, because I was so like dead inside to be driving for for me for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and ultimately she did not get that gig. I knew she probably, not because she's not talented, but I knew there were so many people also auditioning for that gig that the likelihood of her getting the gig was low.
Yeah.
And so I was also annoyed that fact that like essentially I was driving for 8 hours for nothing.
Yeah.
You know. And so I was like, it's certainly getting annoyed at every minor inconvenience. And I'm like, you are going to piss on me and fucking drench me and like, all this stuff the whole time, rock hard penis. And when we got home, she fulfilled. I mean, she absolutely drenched me. We put down some towels. We fucked. I'll never forget. She was like, turn around. I turned around. She said, open it up. I pulled my ass cheeks and she pissed on my ass on my hole.
She did? I haven't
Yeah.
heard that. Did
Oh,
she
yeah.
really?
Pissed on my hole.
Warm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Accurate. I don't know. Robert. So hot.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was soaked.
That is so
I was
hot.
soaked. Now, like when it ended and after I was fapping off and shooting cum all over myself,
Shame.
and then had to stand up and go it wasn't until I got off the bed and like once I was like done being like oh
yeah.
and then I had to move and the piss started to roll off of me and move all over me and now it's kind of cold and I'm like I'm getting piss all over the bed. I was like, okay, I started to gag a little bit, I was like
I don't know if I would gag, but I'm certainly.
I couldn't help it.
Really?
I couldn't help it. It was
Was it
just
stinky
like
piss?
No, it's not that it was. I mean, it just smelled like pee, But I mean, it's not like it stunk. But it was just like, I mean, it was like pooled in my belly button. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I was.
She really had to go.
I was so yeah. I told her I was doing pee. What I don't know what the word you want to hold. Withholding. I don't know what the word.
I don't know either.
Is but
there's a word
during the drive. I was like, "You're not allowed to pee." Well, eventually she had to pee, so then I had to wait a couple hours when we got home. But at that point, she was ready to soak me, and my God, she soaked me. I want to say it got in my hair. I had her piss on my face. Like I mean, I was in it. I was like, if we're doing it, like we might as well just do it once. You know?
Because she had already done it in the shower and shit,
Yeah,
right?
and squirted on my penis, a couple times like that, but nothing, I would consider this was a full-on Donald
Piss
Trump
session.
golden shower,
Oh my God, I'm so jealous, dude.
It was, if there is such a thing as a golden shower, that was it.
Oh my God.
I mean, on every inch of the body, including my spread gaped asshole.
Oh
She
my
pissed on.
God.
And she's standing on the bed over me like this.
That is hot, dude.
Doing the stream, and I'm like oh, face down in the pillows, spreading my ass, trying to get it on every damn last drop, every last inch of this ass.
Holy shit! What an experience.
Oh, it was depraved.
Unbelievably depraved,
It was
but
depraved.
amazing.
It was depraved, and I crave it. I'd like it to happen again.
Ask her.
Yeah, I'd like it to happen again.
Why don't you ask her?
I joke about it sometimes. You know how.
What does she say?
And you know how you do. She's like, I don't have to pee. You know, that
I hate when you get the straightforward responses.
You know, well, I don't have to pee. You know,
I usually do it when she has to pee and she's like too lazy to get up. I'm like, you just piss on me.
right? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
No. Or I'll be in the shower and be like, oh, you want to get in the shower and piss on me?
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it always ends up being. I'm here
because
to tell you.
I'm in denial to her that I'm like really into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not super into it, but I really want to try it.
Yeah.
She has to know at this point that I do want to try it.
Mhm.
And I don't think.
I
I bet if I asked enough, she would.
I think most things are worth trying.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's, you know, and like sometimes it might not be for you. You know, I remember Kevin Smith's story that he tells all the time about the time that he and his wife tried piss play.
What happened to him?
He was, you know, he got in the bath and got pissed on and just didn't like it. He was like,
Oh.
"This isn't for us." You know, it wasn't too eventful of a story, you know,
Well, his
but
wife's also
I just
gross.
remember it. Yeah, she is kind of gross. Sorry, Jennifer Schwalbach.
Yeah.
Why did her name just come back to me like that?
I have no clue. I know her name is Jen.
She's such a nobody. I'm sorry, but she really is such a nobody.
She was in Clerks 2 and 3.
Yeah, that she was. MOATAIF honors Dante Hicks.
Yep.
Died at the end of Clerks. I love that. Well, folks, that was episode 176 of MOATAIF. I got a piss, and folks, it's just going down RJ's toilet. No piss fetish going on here
Allegedly.
tonight.
Allegedly.
But, you know, hey, if something goes on, well, that's our dirty little piss secret. Until next time, folks, stay moat.